call, please. LaGarza, I'm kidding, Joe said. LaGarza PE across all 4 Millbrae Elementary schools. We pay for the Taylor Music Program salary. And Miss Amanda has been an incredible partner with MEF and with all of our school sites. So even though she's a teacher at Taylor, she makes sure that our Millbrae kids love music and that they have access to it. And she's just an incredible advocate for music education and making sure that when our students get to Taylor, they have every opportunity to build that muscle and develop that skill that has proven time and time again to be so important to academic education. So we thank her a lot. Every chance she gets, she's asking us, can I send my students to come perform? And we say, absolutely. Last year, we saw the launch with the trust of the board. We saw the launch of MEF Sparks Curiosity. And that is probably the thing that I'm most proud of, not because I did a bunch of work, but because it came after months of collaboration with every school site. Every principal, every teacher had a say in how that got executed, and I've heard nothing but incredible response from our students, from our parents. We have TKers and kindergartners and first graders who every school experience, hopefully, that they have is going to involve STEAM programming at their elementary school, their public elementary school. And we could not have done that without the incredible partnerships that the city has built. We also learned that over COVID, one of the biggest issues that faced our kids academically was the reading loss, learning loss for reading. And MEF dollars go to support reading support across the district to make sure each school site, we don't pay for every reading specialist, but with MEF dollars, we're able to ensure that every school site has reading support that is so desperately needed. So with that, we're able to, that's what we funded last year, and with the hard work of all of our teams that do our gala, the parents that donate to our annual fund, our corporate sponsors, our parents and grandparents and aunties and uncles and friends that give during our yearly readathon. Last year we put on a fun run, and every small and large donation in between. This year we're able to bring all of that funding back and make sure that all of those programs continue this year. So, congratulations, Millbrae. And with that, I get to be the fun one who brings this comically large check to present to the school board at Ferrario. So this year, the MEF is granting to the Millbrae Elementary School District $600,000 to continue. Yes, say yes. To continue all of that incredible programming. Thank you guys so much for steering our school district in a way that we're putting kids first. And we're making sure that they have access to academic programming that they wouldn't have otherwise. So I also, every time I talk about MEF and every time he's in the room, I have to give a shout out to Calvin Shen, who's here tonight. And the reason I do this is because Calvin was one of the founding members of the Millbrae Education Foundation. 18. Deirdre Gladwin is also here, also a founding member. He's so much taller than you, I always know they fit first, Deirdre. So these two individuals were two of the founding members of the Millbrae Education Foundation 18 years ago, 19 years ago. Okay. MEF is not fun math, so I will let you guys do those calculations. So, decades ago. And they are still committed to serving our community and our Millbrae kids year after year. So, every time I see one of you in the room where I'm talking about MEF, I'm going to call you out, I'm going to point you out, and I'm going to say thank you for letting us stand on your shoulders. So, thank you very much. Now you clap in. And it is with my great pleasure that I will present this comically large check We've already had, this is bad. I have a wireless now too. I can walk around, take my show on the road. We've already had many meetings with Superintendent Hickey and CEO Crane so that we are always thinking about what more can we bring to our students here. So thank you so much. Board of Trustees, come on over. Photo op.
Thank you, everybody. That's just amazing. And our staff thanks you, our parents thank you, and most of all, the kids thank you, MEF. So thank you so much for all of that hard work. Okay, we're going to ask the Millbrae Education Association if they'd like to make a comment tonight. Seeing no one, how about the Classified School Employee Association, CSEA? Seeing no one. And members of the community, and I don't see any slips. Okay, so you're all here tonight to honor some very important people, so I'm going to turn over this part of our meeting to Superintendent Hickey.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight. In addition to our trustees and district office cabinet, we have all of our principals here to show their appreciation of our wonderful community partners. I have had the privilege of working in several districts throughout my career, but I must say there's something truly special about Millbrae. In all the places I have been, I have never seen a community so deeply invested in the success of its schools as I have here. Millbrae may be a small town, but its heart is enormous. Our schools are not just places of learning, they are the heartbeat of this community. And this is made possible by the unwavering support and involvement of our incredible community partners. Your commitment to our students, staff, and schools is what sets Millbrae apart and makes our district a shining example of what can be achieved when a community comes together with a shared vision. So tonight, we are here to celebrate and acknowledge the invaluable contributions of our community partners. Whether it's through volunteering, donations, or collaborative initiatives, each of you plays a crucial role in making our schools not just better, but truly exceptional. So on behalf of the entire district, thank you for your dedication, your passion, and your partnership. Our schools, our students, and our community are stronger because of you. So what we're going to do tonight is we will be honoring 8 different groups, and I have a slide for each group. They are in no particular order. After I share a little bit about each group, I will call them up. We'll present a small plaque to show our appreciation, and we'll do a little photo moment. And we're going to start with the city of Millbrae. Gorgeous. If you walk by the new Taylor basketball court, you will be in awe of the beauty of the sports court. And we want to thank Rudy because he sent the drone up the wonderful aerial photo. But I think we've seen a lot of pictures, and this is a perfect example of just how beautiful it is. So this is all thanks to the partnership of the city of Millbrae. We are so appreciative of the city's funding and facilitation of the project, and so completely impressed that it got done over the summer. Because as we all know, there are always delays, and school started, and the only thing that wasn't there was the red paint, and now the red paint is there, and students have been playing on it since day one, right, Principal Zotnich? So, very excited. Last year, we also signed a joint use agreement with the city, so for field use. And if you've also driven by near Taylor Avenue and near the district office, you will see that the city is assisting us with some new signage to help us ease traffic and create a smoother drop-off and pickup process. So I would like to invite City Manager Tom Williams and the City Engineering team of San Bautista, Ahmed Haya, Amir Zareka, and Armando Bora to come up. We also want to acknowledge John Gianoli. Did I do that? Okay.
Just real quick, I'd like to acknowledge the great teamwork also. Obviously, Superintendent Hickey, the school board, the city council, one other person, Hannah Morantz, our recreation director, she was instrumental in grant funding, so we received from the state of California about $193,000 towards the project. That was about 1/3 of the cost. So really appreciate the efforts of everyone and the great partnership that we're building that we have with the school district. So thank you very much for the leadership, the confidence, and partnership.
Next, we have our Rotary Club of Millbrae. So every year, the Rotary Club purchases picture hardbound dictionaries for all of our third graders. And I had the opportunity to be at Lomita Park last year and saw Deirdre give the presentation to the students. They were really excited. In the spring, they were very busy. They hosted 3 appreciation luncheons honoring Students of the Year, Teacher of the Year, Volunteer of the Year. Their Lunar New Year dinner was a lot of fun last year with lion dancers. And in addition, they work with both Taylor and Mills Interact Clubs. So I would like to invite up Deirdre Gladwin, David Burris, and Lisa Burris to come up.
We are going to be continuing all the activities that we did in the past year. We brought back Interact and Taylor for the first time since COVID. And so we're really hoping to do more of that and to do a component with the principal on community service and tracking that for the kids and getting them used to doing that in school. And also, one other thing that's not on here that we do, we would love people coming out, is the Rise Against Hunger. It's is packaging 11,200 meals for people in need throughout the world. And you find out where they go afterward. Last time I think I went to Vietnam.
All right. Next up, we have our Millbrae Lions Club. Alvin provided me with lots of pictures. Because 2 weekends ago, I attended the Green Hills Welcome Back barbecue, and the Millbrae Lions Club was out there in full force with their large trailer serving up lunch with hamburgers and hot dogs for 400 plus people. Throughout the year, they assist our schools with many barbecues as well as pancake breakfasts, including the end of the year Taylor 8th grade promotion celebration. The Lions Club also donates backpacks, school supplies, and has assisted families to get glasses for students in need. The Lions president, Bill Meyer, was unable to attend tonight, but we were pleased to have Calvin Chin here to represent the Lions. Really, Calvin? I don't buy that. Right. The Millbrae Education Foundation. So, MEF. Well, I wanted Layla was supposed to send me a picture of her in her pretty green dress from last year's gala, but I didn't quite get that, Layla. Oh, okay. Well, so MEF works tirelessly all year to raise money to enhance programs for all students in the Millbrae Elementary School District. And this year, MEF, as you just heard, is funding all of LaGarza PE for our elementary students, music at Taylor, 8 sessions of STEM from Cam Ed for all of our students, and reading support. They also have a wonderful community and fundraising events tomorrow evening. In fact, it's been a little hot. Ice cream social, 5:30 to 7:30 at the Shea Center. Hope you can join the fun. And we have marker calendars for March 8th, which will be the MEF Annual Gala theme. Still yet to come out, but PBD, but we'll be at the Burlingame Hilton. Is that correct? So, MEF President Layla Morris here this evening. Our Peninsula Chinese Business Association, or PCBA. PCBA has been very supportive of our Millbrae schools. I know that this is before my time, but during the pandemic, they assisted with funding so that the district could have one school nurse at each site. They were also very instrumental in the STEAM Center at Lomita Park, and they had a great grand opening last year, and there were some members of PCBA who were there. So we are excited to continue partnership with PCBA, and here with us this evening is PCBA Vice President Gogo Wu and Past President Johnny DeRosa.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gogo Wu. I'm the Vice President for Peninsula Chinese Business Association. Sorry. Our President, Norman Yip, couldn't make it here tonight because of family emergency. But I think PCBA has been involved with Millbrae and donated to the school district since we've been funded about 17 years ago. And I wasn't prepared to talk any speech, but we'll continue working hard to help with school district and to help students in the community, and so that we can thrive all together. Thank you so much.
Our Millbrae Community Foundation, or MCF. We love acronyms in our education world. Millbrae Community Foundation provides support and assistance to youth, adults, and seniors who all live in the city of Millbrae. Through various grants, MCF has helped MESD families and schools throughout the past few years, including the Mills Robotics team, who then supports, the Mills team comes out to support the Taylor Robotics team. Programs at Lomita Park, and individual families who have been in need. We are encouraging our schools to apply for MCF grants this coming year. So I'd like to invite MCF President Maureen Davis to come up.
I just want to reiterate, because I heard all the principals are here, please think of ways that you can apply for not a huge foundation, but a modest grant of how we can help you. Okay, so let us know, millbraefoundation.org.
And the Millbrae Library. So the Millbrae Library has been a strong partner with MESD, especially since MESD does not currently have staff in our school libraries. So I've seen our classrooms join Zoom calls with author visits and support our schools in various ways. And during summer school, Marcia scheduled the on and off-site enrichment activities for our students, including, I think, a trip to the public library, as well as cultural art through Peepology and a visit from the Marine Science Institute. Also, at the beginning of this school year, we had a table for the Millbrae Library for Taylor Back to School Night, and there was a whole table of young adult books available for our students. Is here with us this evening. Thank you.
Oh. Oh, thank you. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for having me here. And Millbrae Library is so deeply honored and humbled for this recognition. As a librarian, it would be remiss of me not to note that September is library card sign-up month. So if you have any students who would like to sign up for a library card, you can register online or feel free to message me. I can send an application your way. It would be great if we could get all the students in Millbrae library cards, because the library has so many free and accessible materials for students, books, videos, different types of libraries of things, items that kids can check out. Super accessible, multiple languages. It's great. And you mentioned the virtual author visits. I just wanted to note we are restarting that in October. We expect to have the author of the author of the Picture Book Vamos series with us, Raul III, on Thursday, September 17th, and then at Kitty Feld at the end of October, and she writes books for kids about civic duties and civic responsibility. She's a former Capitol Hill journalist. So feel free to look out for my email about registering for those upcoming. And I think that's it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Last but certainly not least, or not in order, are PTAs and PTOs. So our PTAs and PTOs have amazing volunteers who help fundraise and host community building events at each of our individual schools, whether it's providing treats to the staff to get them through that first day of school, hosting principal coffees, or giant school-wide events such as that Green Hills Welcome Back Barbecue. The PTAs and PTOs create a welcoming environment for students and families to feel more connected to their school. We have representation from each of the 5 school sites with us this evening. So from Lomita Park, Tiffany Davis; from Green Hills, Catherine Nguyen, Karen Hom, and Callie Yee; from Meadows, Jen Pedroza and Leanna Hui; from Spring Valley, Deepa Bhatt; and from Taylor, Netta Rezaford. So if you are here to represent your school, come on up. All right, so again, I just want to take a moment to thank and truly appreciate the partnership of all of our community partners, and we look forward to working together to just make sure all of our Millbrae students thrive.
Thank you. So don't anybody go anywhere because we have amazing treats for all of you. But before we bring out the buntinis and water, sorry, I just wanted to mention that we're going to be moving into trustee comments. And at this point, the trustees have taken on different of the groups that were honored tonight to give a little special thank you to each of you and say a few words. And in the interest of time, we've taken on 2 of each of you to report on. So we just wanted to let you know that we appreciate everything you do. And if we don't make anything specific to your group, it's not because we don't appreciate it, but maybe we're not aware of some of the things that are happening at each of the groups. So I'm going to start with Clara Beltrami, who wasn't with us tonight. She sent in a statement that she'd like me to read. It says, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the Millbrae organizations that continue to contribute to our students' educational journey. With your generous contributions, we are able to provide enhanced programs to the core curriculum at every school site. I am thankful to be a part of the Rotary Club of Millbrae and work alongside like-minded people who put service above self. Whether organizing fundraisers such as the Lunar New Year Banquet Fund, a need, or sponsoring events like the Halloween Festival, our club is committed to strengthening our community and school to be a positive environment for the children to grow and prosper. I value the strong partnerships that make Millbrae an excellent place to live. I wish to thank all the dedicated people that go the extra mile to elevate the lives of our students. Because of your commitment to strengthening our schools, we're able to build positive environments for our children to grow and prosper. Thank you again for your commitment and support. And that's Claire Beltrami, Trustee Beltrami. So I'm going to start off I never have a chance to start off the comments. I always go to the trustees first, but I thought since I started with all these, I'm going to finish up here. I would just like to comment on PCBA. It's been my pleasure to extend our deepest gratitude to the Peninsula Chinese Business Association. This amazing and generous group of individuals have been supporting the Millbrae School District since 2009. I have had the honor of working with these selfless people on many projects that have enriched our school's community by donating their energy and resources. When we ask, why do you do what you do? The answer was, we lend because we care. They have shown how much they care in so many ways to us by replacing the auditory sound system at Taylor Middle School, purchasing social emotional learning curriculum for our schools, funding student field trips, the Millbrae Scout House renovation, funding 4 to 5 LVNs for our schools during the pandemic, provide scholarships for high school seniors in Millbrae, and most recently, they had a fundraiser that raised over $50,000 to start a STEAM lab at Lameda Park School. And so I just, yeah. So on behalf of all of my colleagues here, I just want to extend our heartfelt thanks to the Peninsula Chinese Business Association for their partnership, and we hope to be partners with you for a long, long time. So thanks again. Thank you. Then I wanted to address MCF because I'm a member of the board of directors of the Millbrae Community Foundation. And I'm honored tonight to be able to commend MCF for their unwavering support to our schools. Their mission is to fundraise for and issue grants to individuals and organizations that sustain positive change in our community. MCF became an official 501c3 nonprofit organization in 1998 and has generously helped the students and families of the Millbrae School District ever since. Our partnership has resulted in their amazing funding of yearly holiday gift cards to needy Millbrae families, yearly high school college scholarships for 4 to 5 graduating seniors, dental screening by Sonrisas Dental Care at Lameda Park School, replacement iPad keyboards, Science for Scientists program at Meadows, crossing guards, and many more. We are filled with the gratitude for all of you who you continue to support our school in so many ways. So on behalf of our board, thank you, MCF, for all you do. We want to be friends for a long time. Okay, now we're going to move on to our trustees. So Trustee Musa, would you like to say a few comments?
Sure. Thank you. PTAs, PTOs, and MEFs, you're on my watch today. So I just want to start off to say that you guys are the heartbeat of the Millbrae School District. And why that is because all of us, before we started our volunteer careers, whether it's school board or MEF or not MEF, Rotary and Lions and all this stuff, we all started as PTAs and MEFs at the school site. And you guys are the heartbeat because, PTAs, we all were PTAs at Spring Valley and of our schools. And PTAs work really hard with our principals, with our staff, with our teachers, with our district to fundraise and bring enrichments into the classrooms to enrich the kids and give them, their kids are curious and they want to stay, they want to be engaged. Today's world, the way kids learn, they learn through technology. And you guys do everything you can throughout all of your fundraising and all your enrichments and on hand on school site. And you do that for the kids. The MEFs, on the other side, you guys are the big picture. You guys, everything you do for the whole district. And so you have different activities. And again, it's all about the kids. You know, bringing science into the classroom, that was the best thing. Again, our kids are curious, and you bring curiosity to the classroom, and that is the best experience you bring to those kids. Again, all of our PTAs that's, you know, stood up and volunteered to be our presidents, thank you. Thank you so much. I thank you is not ever enough, because being PTA presidents, PTO, MEF president, we all know on top of the hard work that you do, whether you have a job, you have kids at home, homework, you're still putting hours and hours of your time to volunteer and put up events. Things don't happen overnight. MEF Gala Auction takes all year to do, whether you're doing movie night or field day, whatever it is. We all know, we've all been there, that it takes hours and a lot of planning and a lot of communications to get things done. So again, a thank you is never enough. Let's see. Again, looking forward to working with you guys for this year and doing some great things to, and again, at the end of the day, it's all about our kiddos. Thank you.
I get the City of Millbrae and the library. You know, with the City of Millbrae, we could not do what we do here in this city, in the school district, without our partnership with the city. We are one Millbrae, one community. And our partnership with the city has been incredible in terms of all of the things that you do to support our students and our staff and our schools. Not only are those courts absolutely incredible to look at, so thank the entire team here in terms of pulling that all together, but it's actually instilled a real sense of pride, I think, within our entire school district. I mean, for our students who go out there, when they see a really nice court with multiple uses, our staff, especially our PE teachers, are over the moon when it comes to their new classroom. They think they have the best classroom in the entire school district now. You know, it's just really incredible to have that pride. That's actually much more than just what the actual courts are. But beyond that, you know, it's the stuff that you've done with safety and really all of the other youth enrichment programs that you've provided throughout the years. Our partnership with the city in terms of providing after-school sports activities, summer camps, all of the things that you do, the movie nights, these are things that are just so instrumental for our entire community to come together and for our kids to really benefit. You know, what the city does is not just provide, you know, just services, but really an opportunity for all of our kids to experience things outside of the normal classroom, to build their confidence through sports and through learning new things through these other enrichment programs. We cannot thank the city enough for all of the things that they do to help enrich the lives of our students. So thank you so much on behalf of the entire board. Oh, I'm not done for the library. And then for the library is another one of those absolute gems and pillars of our community. It is a place where so many people go to, you know, have a place of peace and a place of enrichment. And our kids, for sure, absolutely love the library. And the library instills a love of learning even before they come into the school district. I think I brought my kids there when they were several months old, and they went to story time. So that's their first introduction to books outside of the home. And all of the programs that the library provides for our kids is much like the city in terms of the amount of enrichment, where kids really instill that love of learning. And you know, in the summer, you have all kinds of activities. Even during the school year, there's opportunities for kids to come together, play games, to learn an instrument, to learn a new language. You guys have tutoring opportunities. There's just so much that the library provides. And I know that a lot of our kids, especially our middle school students, love to go to the library after school. And you've all been great partners throughout their entire elementary school careers. So we cannot thank the library enough for everything that you've done from the beginning of when kids are born all the way through and supporting them all the way through their time in the school district. So thank you on behalf of the board.
Rotary or Lions? Which one? Both? Okay. I'll start with the Rotary Club. Why are you laughing, Deirdre? So I know that Rotary does a lot of things over the years. From when my two girls were small all the way up until today. So I went online, I looked at the Rotary website because I wanted to see, I knew a handful of things that they've done. I was so surprised and so shocked at everything the Rotary has done in Millbrae in the last, I want to say 20, 25 years. And so I had to write them down. I had to write things down. I probably left a lot out right now, but I'm going to go through it. The most recent fundraiser that you've had, 5th annual Millbrae Rotary Mayor's Cup. That was a golf tournament, a fundraiser. I hear it was very successful. I'm sorry I couldn't make it, but again, very successful. So kudos to you, your group. Spring Festival 2024. Kids carnivals over the years. Partner with the fire department, our local fire department. I looked at photos that you had on your website, all the kids that were out hanging off the fire trucks, everything. That is just so instrumental in our community, you know, to do this for our kids. Lunar New Year, my favorite. It is my fave of the whole year, the Lunar New Year dinner. I just love it. The entertainment is great. The enthusiasm is great. And then I read this, I was really shocked. In the 1990s, you adopted poor schools around the world. And that just amazed me. And I read a little story about that. I saw the pictures from the 1990s, early 90s. I was very impressed about that. Rotary Park, I pass it every day. It has your names on it. The kids' carnivals, which I love. We did a lot of them at Spring Valley. So I love kids' carnivals. And then the number one thing that really resonates to me is the Rotary Interact Club at Mills High School. That is just so key to our young boys and girls that are growing up. It teaches them so much. It teaches them community, service, and I could just go on, but I know that I have 30 seconds left. So the Rotary, you know, I just love everything that you guys have done. For the 28 years I've lived in Millbrae, you've always impressed me. So kudos to Deirdre and all your presidents that have gone around here. So on to the Lions Club. The Lions, I have a couple of Lions here in the audience. So in 2005, I joined the Lions Club because people told me if you want to be on the school board, you have to join the Lions Club. I said, okay, I'm gonna go with it. I'll see what happens. But in actuality, I was really impressed being a Spring Valley PTA person, man, and a parent at Spring Valley, because in 2005, maybe 2004, they brought their pancake truck in. They brought it in on a Saturday morning, and we're setting up tables and everything, and they bring this truck in, and these guys get out. They have their shirts on, their hats on and everything. And I'm with my wife, I'm saying, who are these guys? That's the Lions Club. And I just watched them for a couple of hours. And I had to go up to them and thank them in person. I couldn't believe the camaraderie that they all had together as a group and how they just serviced our school. And they probably served over 300 people. And I was impressed. So when I got the call to join the Lions Club, I jumped on it right away. And I had a great sponsor that sponsored me through the club because you have to be sponsored to get in. And they checked all my neighbors. They went up and down my street and talked to my neighbors, which I thought was really crazy at the time, but they did. And so the Lions Club, they never stopped to impress me. If I'm doing a pancake breakfast or a barbecue, and I don't think I'm going to have enough people. And I send that last communication out, please help me. It looks like there's only 2 people coming. Well, 10 or 12 people will come. And we have plenty of help there. You know, and the what I've got out of the Lions Club, and I know that everybody else in the Lions Club and the community really enjoys seeing the Lions. and the Rotary too. So these two groups really service not only our kids in our schools, but the whole community. So from the bottom of my heart and with all the trustees here, I know that we all appreciate you so much and we love you guys. Thank you very much.
And so before we break, just for a little short break, we'd like to invite all of our community partners to come up for a picture, a photo op, so that we can salute you once again. So come on up. I think it might be easier if we scoot in a bunch.
I'm sorry if I went on a rant.
That works. Thank you. We can't do it without you.
I think we should do a pyramid.
You want to jump up on the
You have my shoulders.
We're going to do a pyramid.
Ooh, nice. This is really nice. We should think about paper. Here. Piece of paper. Big upgrade.
Squat when it's time.
Right here. Right up here on the side, yeah. Plenty of room.
I could do a selfie. Trust me, I can do it.
Oh, we know you can. We know you can.
So thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Awesome.
Like Calvin? Calvin. Calvin. The movers and shakers? Movers and shakers?
Julie?
All right. We're gonna, yeah, we cleared out the room, just like that, yep. Wow, and all the Buntinis are gone. Yay, right?
Oh, I got one left.
Oh, Jeff has them. Okay, we're gonna look at the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve? And did I?
I do have a short update.
Oh, superintendent update. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Short
Time
update,
up.
Just 3 slides. So you can get the first slide. I just wanted to take the time to just show you a little bit of our enrollment, looking at last year's versus this year. Actually, on a positive, we are slightly higher this year, and I would say that our projections originally were that we were going to be slightly declined. But I think that really has to do with our TK numbers exploding. So if you look at kind of Green Hills, that you could look through each school, but last year, and this isn't exactly a year ago, this was kind of last spring's numbers for the 23-24, that was at 2104, and currently we are at 2112, and this also includes any student who didn't show up at the beginning of the school year, and after 10 days, after contacting the families, we do drop them from the roster. So TK numbers have increased from last year to this year from 61 students total to 87 across the district. And as we are aware, MESD now has a TK class at every elementary site. It is currently a 12-to-1 ratio, but next year, not only will we expand to the full year of 4-year-olds, we will also, the state is planning on going to a 10-to-1 ratio. So we do anticipate that we will probably have to open at least 1 or 2 more additional classes for next year. Our tightest enrollment right now is in kindergarten, 2nd, and 3rd. We're virtually 2nd and 3rd more tight than kindergarten, but in general, we're pretty full in all of those grade levels. And then the Taylor breakdown by grade level, because I think it's important to see 6th, 7th, and 8th, 262 for 6th, 235 for 7th, so it's a little bit smaller, and 261 for 8th grade. We did add a couple of sections in 6th grade because we anticipated it being even higher than 260. I think the benefit is, you know, we aren't over 32 in any of our 6th grade classes, and we're able to keep them slightly lower. So that's enrollment. Next slide. Just wanted to show some back to school events. So I know 4 of our trustees were at the Meadows TKK ribbon cutting ceremony. Very exciting to have that new playground. All of our back to school nights have been completed, and so that's a picture of Taylor back to school night and the Green Hills Welcome Barbecue. The last slide. I just wanted to kind of put a little update on just the fact that, and remind everyone that we have Measure J, because at the June 25th board meeting, you passed the resolution 23-24-20 ordering a school bond election on November 5th, and the bond measure is now officially Measure J. And in addition, we are updating our facilities master plan. It's almost complete. We are still going to send out to the community because we sent it out last week and we only have 12 total survey responses, and we would like a little bit more, so we will send that out one more time. So that's my update for today, pretty short.
Thank you, Superintendent Hickey. Okay, now we'll start with the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Pardon?
Motion to approve.
Oh, thank you. Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. And next, we're going to move on to district business. And I'm going to pass this over to CBO Crane.
Good evening. Thank you very much. So we have a resolution in district business, and this resolution is just ratifying our agreement and ratifying the board as acknowledging the fact that we are participating in Sourcewell. We have been members of Sourcewell for many years, and Sourcewell is a procurement method that allows us to procure products and services at a rate that has already been pre-negotiated. So Sourcewell goes out, puts out RFPs, and companies submit RFPs for, let's say, the play structure or shade structure or any types of services. And if it's on that contract, we can take advantage of that because they are an organization that has done that work for us, and it's predetermined costs and pricing.
This is a motion item. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion?
I have a, go ahead.
The question I have is this an exclusive contract? And I'm assuming it's not, where if it is, where we're looking at, I don't know, purchasing a shade structure, for example, are we exclusive to have to source it through Sourcewell, or can you go out to bid in addition to what Sourcewell would put together?
Great question. That is just an option for us to look at procurement methods. So if we find that we might get a better deal by putting our own RFP out, then we would do that. If we feel that the Sourcewell contracts are the lowest price we can acquire, then we would use the Sourcewell. So there's a number of different ways that we can procure, and that's just one of the ways, and we're not locked into using Sourcewell for any products at all.
Yeah, for the sake of information, whether it's Sourcewell, when we go out looking for bids, I know with ed code in schools, we have the companies that we contract with have to have like ed code things that they have to go through the process. Then your average, I just kind of work through the process because a lot of people don't know that doing projects at schools takes a little extra insurance and all that stuff. Just out of for information.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a CUPCA district, and so we have to follow the CUPCA guidelines, and Sourcewell allows us to do that. And Sourcewell also vets any of the products and vendors that we would use through Sourcewell to make sure that they meet the requirements, the minimum requirements that any school district may have as far as public works and procurement of anything we procure.
But maybe you could just kind of review the RFP process if that is something that happens.
Requirements.
So we have requirements of informal bidding up to 60,000, and then we have to put it out to public bid after 60,000. If it is $200,000 or more, then we would have to put a formal RFP, and there's a specific format, and we have to follow where it's out there for 10 days, and we have to make sure it's published in a trades journal, make sure that we're giving enough time, we read the bids aloud, and then we have to take the lowest responsible bidder from that process.
Just out of curiosity, is there fingerprinting required and background checks to work on school sites, or that's not part of it?
I'm sorry, the first part of that question?
Fingerprinting,
Oh, yes.
background checks. I'm just wondering.
Absolutely. So if they can't meet those requirements, then we would not contract with them. So they know that going in. We put all of that information, what our minimum insurance requirements are, what our background check requirements are, to make sure that they're meeting all the ed code requirements to be on the school site and conducting work and doing public works on the school site.
Okay, I just wanted to put that out there because I've been approached a couple of times where saying, well, so-and-so can do this or so-and-so, but you have to go meet the requirements of insurance, fingerprinting, and all that, the extras that you don't have to do somewhere else other than schools, correct?
Absolutely. We have a site called Quality Bidders, and that's through Colby Technologies. And through that site, contractors can submit their pre-qualifications. So they'll submit their information. They'll let us know what their minimum what their insurance is that they hold. They'll make sure that we make sure that their licenses are active, and we make sure that they meet all the requirements of the district when they do that. I review those and I approve those, and that's our pre-qualification list that we use for our services, public works, and procurement.
Great, thank you.
Just to clarify, so the process would be if it was over $200,000, for example, we would do a formal RFP process, and then would Sourcewell be part of that if they wanted to respond in addition to other companies, or how does that exactly work?
So Sourcewell, because they already did they already put out the RFP and they have vetted the responses, we can use Sourcewell in lieu of a formal RFP for certain projects.
Okay, and then would we actually pretty much do that just because it's easier and streamlined? I think one of the things that I always wonder is, sometimes when you negotiate, I don't know when they negotiate, sometimes you may have a local bidder that could be a little bit less expensive. I have no idea. I just wasn't sure, even though it's not an exclusive and we don't have to use them, would our preference be to basically just do that and use them because it's simpler and we know for sure that they have the best prices?
I think that would vary based on the project and based on the desired outcome, whether it's a time crunch or not. If it's an emergency type of work, we might use Sourcewell because we're under a time crunch, but we always compare prices. If we think that we can get a better price through a formal bidding process, then we'll put it out to a formal bid. If we think that the Sourcewell bids are competitive with what we would get with a formal bidding process, then we might go with Sourcewell. So we look at all those options and we evaluate each project individually.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor. I'm going to call the vote. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, thank you. And CBO Crane, number 2?
Yes, thank you again. So what we have in front of you is a bid from Dryco to install a wrought iron fence and a gate at the Green Hills site, which would surround the new Green Hills play structure and playground. So that's a current picture that you see on the screen now, where you see a chain link fence and a wooden fence. So the wrought iron fence would be 6 feet in height, and it would replace both of those with a consistent look, which would be more aesthetically pleasing. And the gate would be along if you look at the left-hand picture, the gate would be about in the center of that picture. All of the shrubbery will be removed as part of this bid, and then we would install a new wrought iron fence there, and the gate would be installed on that side instead of the gate being towards the street where it is now. Yeah, it's an L-shaped fence, so it would start where the country club is, go down, and then it would make a right-hand turn towards the building, and it would be all the same height and consistency.
Quick comment. So, going in and out of the Green Hills Country Club Monday through Sunday, I got to tell you that there's a lot of food trucks that go in and out of the parking lot. A lot of people that aren't from Millbrae, just vendors that drop off food and equipment, stuff like that. So I like the idea that I like the idea that we're gating it up a little bit, that we're making it a little bit safer because of what I see 7 days a week going through there, in and out of that area. So I feel real comfortable with it.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to make sure that the gate does not exit directly towards the street. It exits closer to the building instead of directly out on the street.
Perfect.
Okay, this is an action item. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Great,
I'll second.
Great, thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Any possible, I have a discussion on my agenda, but that's not, no. Possible future agenda items. So did we want to add anything to possible future agenda items? Anyone?
I did want to just also share that our school spotlights will start next month, and we have a whole schedule for the entire year. So that, I think Spring Valley is up first in October, only at the city chambers meetings. So just wanted to let you
Yeah,
know.
okay. And we have a list, have we exhausted all of the items on our
We pretty
list?
much have exhausted those items, so
Great.
I'm happy to start with new ones if you would like to add them, and I will write them down.
Trustee Chin?
One of the ones that has been on the list, kind of on and off for is the ethnic studies curriculum, whether or not we look at including that in any form or fashion.
Okay, and were you thinking of a whole presentation or just maybe bringing information to the board at first? Just because I know that it is an upcoming high school requirement, but
I
not.
think it's sort of bringing up to the board what a process would look like to incorporate more ethnic studies curriculum into
Okay.
our schools.
And maybe investigating some of our surrounding school districts to see how they've approached, because I know there are some that have approached it at the middle school.
Yeah, it's an elective in some schools. It's in some of the elementary, I think. Or it could even just be some of the like more culturally responsive kind of curriculum. We did talk at one point, I think, last year about investigating sort of how we incorporate certain lessons throughout the year. I'm not sure where we sort of landed on that, but that was also another possibility.
Any other suggestions for future agenda items? I don't have anything off the top of my head at this point, so that's great. Thank you. Okay, so it looks like we're going to adjourn our meeting. I'm not sure what time. Is it 8:35 that I see? Backwards on the calendar through the through the window. So thank you, everyone. Meeting adjourned at 8:35. Thank you.